gentlemen, thank you for coming on behalf of the family. We appreciate you all being here and share your love and concern with them. At this time, we're going to begin the service, and we're going to have the Navy do the presentation of the flag.
up a little bit closer. I'll talk as loud as I can. I'm pretty loud. Some of you will verify, but I'll do my best here. There's even a few chairs. If anybody needs a seat, please feel free to do that. I want to thank all of you for coming here today to celebrate my dad, Thomas Paul Bruns. As many of you know, he was shy. You rarely knew what he was thinking about or what his opinions were. Those of you that are laughing knew him well. He was opinionated, and you did always know where you stood with him. His lifelong elementary school friend, Rex Howard, one of your friends, reminisced he always had an opinion and no trouble sharing it. Fellow boater Stephen Wyatt commented about his bluntness and no candy coating it while maintaining his sense of humor. His Belden colleagues reminisced about the ugly notes they received from him, yet many of them agreed that they liked him and valued him. Dad was the very definition of integrity, character. He had a daunting work ethic, both at home as well as work. There's never been an age where I don't think Dad could outwork me, outlast me, or probably even outrun me. Dad valued honesty above all. As his family, we always knew he loved us. As his children, we knew he was proud. More than anything, he loved and treasured our mother. And whether he wanted to admit it or not, he couldn't live without her. And they both knew it. He had a great sense of humor. He was a skilled storyteller with a boisterous and infectious laugh. He valued family, friends. He loved keeping in touch with faraway aunts, cousins, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, classmates, CB buddies, and fellow boaters. He monitored Facebook and emails daily to keep track of everyone. Even though he was not always in tune with social media etiquette, he often hunted and pecked with his all caps lock on because it was just easier. And he never hesitated to tell you how much he hated texting. But at 81, he did text, he emailed, he was on Facebook and on YouTube. I can't yet imagine the hole or void his loss will leave in our lives, as I could have never imagined life without him. He started life as a small town farm boy in Winterset, Iowa. He went off to join the Navy, and in Vietnam, the boy became a man very fast. He would tell us of military endeavors that shocked us and left him changed forever. After the service, he moved to Ohio to work for his Uncle George at the State Line truck stop and took a liking to the hot waitress that drove the gold convertible. He won her heart, and in just 4 months, married her in a modest ceremony with just a few family members and friends just over 60 years ago. They were married exactly 60 years and 2 months. They picked New Paris as their home and began their life here. Dad worked hard and moved up the ladder at Belden. He was able to retire early after 38 years of service, a dedication that's unheard of today. As we grew up, we did many things as a family, including camping, bike riding, swimming, scouting, and boating. Something that apparently, unbeknownst to us, runs marrow deep. Our family fell in love with the simplicity and laid-back nature of rural Kentucky and Lake Cumberland. Vacations, trips, birthdays, anniversaries, too many to count, have been celebrated in those hills. Dad loved every minute of it. He was the event planner and the weather forecaster. Although I think he was wrong more often than he was right about the weather, he was relentless at keeping an eye on it, probably an old sailor habit that he developed. Our family loved boating, so much so he and Chris began boat racing. At the age of 60, my dad began racing boats. He often shocked us with his winning streaks, and just selling his checkmate just a few years ago. He also enjoyed numerous car shows with Old Blaze, where he also enjoyed notable winning streaks. When he wasn't out on an adventure, you would find him caring for the property, maybe on mole patrol or working in his shop. We have so many stories and Tom-isms, too many to share and some inappropriate to share. But what has been most comforting to us the past few weeks is hearing all of your memories and your stories of him, because it's given us yet another perspective of his life. Dad loved a good story. He loved telling them and hearing them. Kirby shared one of her favorite stories from a boat race she attended, recalling Dad's tale over the breakfast table about the air conditioning debate that went on in his and Chris's room the night before. It's a great story. Get her to tell you, and maybe Chris can add in his perspective. One of my favorites is about Dad donating shillelaghs to the VA for the veterans. They were so grateful to receive them, and after a few months, he called to see if they wanted him to bring out some more. And they said, no, don't bring any more of those. We had to take them away from the residents. They were hitting each other with them. We invite all of you to follow us down the street to the Cedar Coffee. Get in out of this cold weather, warm up, share some of your memories with us. We have some pictures, some coffee. We would love to hear your memories and stories. I'm going to close this here with a poem that our family picked as we felt it fit Dad. Sailor, rest your oar. When your final dive is made and your battery's running low, you'll know there lies a boat for you many fathoms here below. With your enunciators jammed on full and your depth gauge needles bent, your accumulators dry of oil, and your air banks all are spent. Sailor, chart your course of life right now. Chart it straight and true. Now's the time to flood your tanks and trim up fore and aft. It's a trifle late when the klaxon sounds to square away your craft. Your final billet lies below on old ocean's floor, so be ready when the last word's passed. Sailor, rest your oar. Set up for us, and we would love to have everybody there so we can visit and catch up and